feel bad for Jennifer, but I will say she is a magnet for being scammed. She just had an entire documentary about getting scammed from some other guy, and I don't know, there's just something about Jennifer that she just doesn't have street smarts like that.
And you know, Evelyn's narrative for the next seasons was just revealed by Jennifer Williams' husband. Seasons because the court recently ordered him to repay all of the money he had been defrauding. Do you know that Christian Gold, Jennifer's husband, has been showering her with jewels and boasting about being a multimillionaire? It turns out that he was placing her behind other people's backs in Chanel.
More and more people are coming out talking about he scammed them. This is so embarrassing. This is exactly what I mean when I say do not ever settle in life. I don't care how old you are. First of all, she looks amazing. She does not have to settle. No matter where you are in life, do not settle.
When I tell you that Jennifer has been frantically trying to preserve her own reputation and defending this individual, the courts have now determined that Christian is guilty and he is unable to pay. For the third time in a row, she's understanding that she chose the wrong man, and she will pay the price. Let's start now.
The thing about Jennifer, she continues to repeat the cycle. God continues to send you the same fucking person over and over again, and until you learn whatever that lesson is supposed to be, you know? And she wants to be married, and she wants to have a relationship so bad, no matter at what cost. She wanted to marry Tim, you know, and no matter what, I want to be a wife, you know, and she's willing to take just the title without really having in your life a great person.
What do you mean? Her birth chart must contain something. Jones. Jennifer Evan, because her spouse Christian Gold doesn't seem to be all that different from the previous men she had to flee from, she continues to draw the worst men. Christian was sued for fraud last year by a few investors who claimed he was operating a Ponzi scheme. And if you recall, Jennifer was essentially putting out fires everywhere during the final season of Basketball Wives because she was standing on her toes to protect her man.
So all the victims, the lady that's on disability with 30,000, you don't care about these people?
Christian doesn't even know who that woman is.
Oh, girl, I get it, that's your man or whatever, but sometimes a motherfucker bring you down. He stole this woman's money. Should he be trading as a felon?
Yeah, he can.
Who told you this? And because I'm not making this up.
Okay.
You're too smart for this.
Christian and Jennifer both addressed the accusations on television, but he never addressed the case or showed event though they were served up in court. He didn't even bother to get an attorney. Girl, furthermore, the case demonstrated that he was defending himself. The court awarded him a default judgment declaring that the plaintiff's $120,000 claim was granted as liquidated damages since he failed to present a defense. However, the court is formally ordering Christian to pay $367,625, which is quadruple the amount he was sued for, because the case was filed under Georgia's RICO rules. This is no longer an accusation or a rumor that Jennifer is the target of. Christian will have to pay for this as it is a fact. He used his influence to portray himself as a multimillionaire trader, an investor who understands how to manipulate the system to his advantage when it became known that he and Jennifer were dating and then engaged. Additionally, we are aware that these TV celebrities from reality shows are often falling victim to scams. The domestic wives. Well, However, a lot of people still have faith in them since their visibility lends them some legitimacy. The victim also stated this since they were persuaded to believe him and part with their money by his public character and personal interactions with them.
There is a lifetime membership fee, $1,500. He does all the trading. When I said the fee, they told me to go to Cash App and buy Bitcoin. I don't know what Bitcoin is, and why did I pay you $1,500 if I have to buy it? So I called to ask questions. I never got another response, but I want my $1,500 back. We're watching you flaunt your cars, your beautiful diamond rings, this Rolex in front of us, and we were robbed.
However, Christian seemed to change completely when the funds were received. When some of that Christian would try to persuade the former investors to keep their money in place, when they demanded their money back. But if they persisted, he would reimburse them using the funds he received from a new investor. This gave the impression that the investment was profitable and increased people's confidence in him.
So in March, my husband and I looked at each other and we said, something don't sound right. Because if he's got all this money, and I'm going to tell you, our project accounts at this time, I think they were all running, and when we totaled it up in March, it was like $1.1 million equally between all of them. So we're like, there's no way he can't pull from this and give us yes, and I do have receipts of all.
However, there was absolutely no trading or investment taking place. There were no authentic accounts, and Christian maintained a substantial he kept a portion of the money for himself and made bogus promises to reimburse them. Christian eventually stopped talking. As they observed him showcasing his lifestyle with his wife, Jennifer, he blocked them and halted the payments. I have no idea what constitutes a Ponzi scheme if that isn't the case. And Christian didn't even bother to reply until the courts ruled against him. He used the traditional I don't see or hear nothing strategy as he hit the courts. He is publicly claiming that he was unable to reply due to social media threats and cyberbullying, which forced him to experience mental anguish and worry for his life. Therefore, when he and Jennifer discussed it on Basketball Wise, he wasn't worried for his life. In addition, he requested that the court allow him to submit a late response, set aside the decision, and prevent the victims from collecting the debt. In an attempt to offer him some leeway, the judge said that Christian would be able to present his case if he could pay the court fee within 10 days. Can you guess Christian's reaction, though? Yes, this man took no action. As a result, the default judgment became final on January 12, 2026, and the victims now have the legal right to collect. You can only guess Christian's response. He has become eerily quiet. Jennifer has been the one attempting to defend her lover, but nobody knows where he is. She shared a few texts that complimented Christian's investing abilities. Additionally, she posted, "The weapon was formed, but it didn't prosper. We all know that Christian has no money of his own. Therefore, if that weapon developed against her as Christian, then it is undoubtedly effective. Jennifer will therefore need to make the payment in any case. And she is aware that being involved in a fraud case like this because of the man she is attached to is not a good look for her. Additionally, Jennifer may be comfortable with Christian's actions and may even be involved if she is still questioning the facts and is aware that Evelyn will have a field day with this information. She is currently involved in the fraud. The details are only now being made public. She was aware of this information. She accepted it. She is also a con artist. Since they started dating, he has been nothing but a liability. The cost of having a husband is too great. I shook my head. She is fixated on stupid, so he must be really bringing it down on her. Has she not gained any knowledge? She attracts scammers. However, what are your thoughts on this? Did Jennifer truly anticipate it? This story is more than gossip. It's pain, betrayal, and real-life consequences. Jennifer Williams' tears show what happens when trust turns into a nightmare, and the police start closing in. If this situation shocked you, imagine living it. Stories like this remind us that fame doesn't protect anyone from heartbreak or scams. Subscribe to Rapscope X for real, unfiltered stories from the culture, no sugarcoating, just truth. Like this video to support deep reporting. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and share this with someone who needs to see how fast life can change. Rapscope X, where real stories hit hard.